this video is gonna be a little bit different because you guys keep asking me about keyboards with number pads, and Iqunix just sent me 2 of their newest keyboards. Let's take a look. Yeah, that's right. We're not wasting your time. I'm getting into the unboxing and I'm gonna tell you if these keyboards are worth $250? What? And full disclosure, this video is sponsored by Iqunix, who did not review this video, and all of my thoughts are my own. We'll put that to the test as well in just a second. Now, for 250 bucks, I'm kind of expecting a lot, and I do see a little keyboard accessory kit. That's exciting. In the keyboard accessory kit, however, you get like a screwdriver and a couple keycaps that make it so you can use this keyboard with Mac. So Mac users, that's pretty good. You also get 4 additional gasket feet, a cable that is relatively okay. I mean, it's coiled, like meh. 4 replacement rubber feet, a wireless dongle, which actually might be what makes this keyboard kind of decent. Oh, this is weird. You also get a spare plate, which if you're new to keyboards, this might come in handy later for customizing it. Although we probably won't use that. You also get a really nice solid metal keycap and switch puller. Kind of impressed with this thing. And a guide that I can't read because it's entirely in Chinese. They do have an English version on their website that I found. Now, Iqunix has been known for making a wide variety of keyboards, from Iqunix Super, which is traditionally really, really good and really, really overpriced, and regular Iqunix, which is sometimes good. Personally, I love their low profile keyboards and have done a ton of videos on those, and this board looks pretty interesting. Now, at first glance, this thing is full aluminum. It feels really nice, heavy, weighted, premium. And you also might notice, oh, it sounds like heaven. Now, I'm not saving that for a surprise for the end for you. This sounds really, really good. And there are some things about this that are absolutely incredible that let's just get into. This is the Fox99. And in fact, over here is the Fox98. Let me just get that unboxed for you real quick. Ooh, hot dog. Now it comes in 2 different colors. You've got the silver version and this more gunmetal-y looking version. Personally, the gunmetal-y looking version is a lot cooler because it's got this red accent to it, and both of them do feel really, really premium. The best way to describe this is like, imagine a Keychron with better build quality. No, you're really just slurping up that food. Like, look at this dude. Look at her. Look at her go. This is certified Hipyo filming in his kitchen, Nola eating food moment. Everybody please leave a comment that says, good job on eating that food, Nola. Now, layout-wise with these keyboards, you might notice both of them have number pads, which is something that you guys will not stop begging me for. You say, Hipyo, more videos on a number pad, please. Hipyo, I don't use this keyboard that you spent so long reviewing because it doesn't have a number pad. And also a lot of you say that you don't care about number pads, so I really don't know how to feel about it. Anyways, here's your number pad content. You might notice, however, that they're not necessarily full-sized keyboards. They both are missing a chunk, with one of the boards, the 99, having 1 extra row, and this one being just a standard 96%. This means that it could be a really good keyboard for you layout-wise if some of the other things are good. And by the way, this keyboard is really expensive at $259 US. And I mean, granted, you could save $12.50 using code Hipyo with the link down below, but we'll see if it's even worth doing that. Now, this board does come with a lot of accessories. It comes with a nice hard shell carrying case, and the build quality is fine, but how are some of the other things? Well, we established it sounds like heaven, but why does it sound like heaven? Well, that is partially because of these keycaps, which are, now you're moving on to eating out of that food? Now she's eating the crunchy food for today. Oh, she's embarrassed. She's embarrassed. Anyways, these are double shot PBT, meaning that they sound pretty thocky, but not as thocky as a die sub PBT keycap, giving the board an overall more marbly sound. That'll be important later when I show you the final sound test on my fancy microphone. And the switches are actually where I'm the most impressed here. These bad boys are the Pearlstone switches, and Iqunix has made a very nice switch here. They're 35 grams, meaning they're really lightweight. They're also linear, meaning that they're just smooth to press the whole way. And this is kind of the key here with this keyboard. Granted, you could buy any bare bones keyboard and just put in your own switches, like an HMX switch that would be similarly as good. but they do just sound and feel really, really nice. So that's already leading to this board being pretty great out of the box, meaning it's not really a keyboard that you need to customize despite being a custom keyboard. It's also hot swappable, meaning that if you get bored of the switches on this, you could swap them out with anything. You could put different switches throughout the board without needing to solder or desolder, and you can also easily replace the keycaps with anything. But then if you're buying a fully built keyboard, it's good that you can, but you probably want it to be good right away. Now, the gasket performance on this thing is relatively lackluster. Like, you press down, you're not feeling too much. However, when I did take it fully apart and removed the sheet of foam, I noticed that the board sounded to me better. It also felt so much bouncier, which kind of left me a bit confused as to why the foam was in there in the first place. Like, if you're gonna make a super premium keyboard and the foam doesn't make it sound thockier, why is the foam there? You're making it feel worse and sound different, not necessarily worse, that's super subjective. But what do you think? I'll include both in the final sound test and you can let me know. So if you do end up liking the vibe of this keyboard, there are some other things that are pretty good with it. The wireless works really seamlessly with this 2.4 gigahertz dongle. You just plug it into your keyboard, you hit FN escape, and then FN4, bada bing, bada boom, you're on wired. You can also use Bluetooth and kind of swap between modes and different devices really easily. That worked really well for me. That could be good if you're maybe using a Windows computer and an iPad, or a swap back and forth and be a productivity wizard. Also, their software on this thing is VIA and QMK compatible, meaning that you can just plug and play a web app, rebind any macros, rebind any keys, and it just works really, really nicely and really, really well, which is kind of the bare bones minimum that you would expect from any premium keyboard nowadays, but it's good to see they're doing it. However, not everything is completely rosy. I had some issues with this thing, like some of my stabilizers kind of sounded a bit rattly and mushy, but then some of them sounded absolutely incredible. Like the space bar, which is arguably the one that matters the most, sounded amazing on both of my keyboards, which is a good omen. But you might expect some issues with them, meaning that you would have to take it apart and put a little bit of lube in there yourself. Some other issues, despite offering 2 board colors, there's only 1 keycap set color, and it is a little bit lame, and the legends are a little bit boring. So you're not really getting a whole lot of customization options here because it's just a basic pre-built. On top of that, the modability is just a little bit lackluster. Like, you can do it, and it is relatively easy. You use the included screwdriver, you unscrew these fellas right here, and once you have it unscrewed, it's just one basic cable, and you can modify the thing and take the foam out and maybe even change the plate. But ultimately, with the Fox99 and Fox 98, they sound really good, they're built really well, but they also kind of lock you into a pretty tight choice. Do you want this specific color scheme and no different layout options? Then that's great. No ISO support or anything for you. Like, essentially, these are a good keyboard for someone that just wants a keyboard with a number pad, doesn't want to think about it, and wants it to sound good. And maybe wants the option to change some things up later. But ultimately, I feel like there's a lot of competition in this space, especially recently. Like, if you spent just a bit more and maybe got the QK101, you could have an unlimited range of choice. The board would feel more premium and sound more premium. Check out my video on that. But I couldn't help but feel trying these keyboards that compared to some of the other stuff I've tried from Iqunix, this just feels a little bit too expensive and a little bit boring. Like, it's a great keyboard, just for who? Leave a comment. Who's it for? Is it for you? I don't know. Anyways, this was a totally different style, different vibe of video, so let me know if you like the more casual, just Hipyo sitting in his kitchen style of video, or do you want a hyper-produced, hyper-edited style of video? I don't know. I'm trying new things, so we're trying new things. Look, I'm on a gimbal camera. Ooh, I'm gimbly. I'm Mr. Gimbal. Also, do you want a Hipyo house tour? Because some of you commented that you liked my interior design, so if you do, maybe I'll do that too. Bye.